Hi Gemini, welcome. So Gemini, this is going to be your reading. I'm going to start with the general spiritual messages, and then I'm going to go into the you versus them love portion of the reading. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. And my readings are timeless, so I just trust that when this finds you, it's for you. It's time-stamped as October because that's the time frame I am recording it. But let's go ahead and get into it, Gemini, and see what we have coming through. And the first card out is Pisces energy. Now, some of you could be connecting with Pisces or have that in your chart, and or just maybe the influencing vibes. So this is a very imaginative, compassionate, healing energy, very spiritual and emotional energy. You might be feeling that your emotions are kind of running high right now. I feel like that last full moon, oh my gosh, it was a doozy. And I'm sorry if I sound like a little nasally, but during the full moon, not only did it hit me hard, but it also hit my physical health. So I actually got sick. But especially if you had Aries placements in your chart, you may have felt that big shift. It's a very agitation, irritable, kind of impulsive energy that came through about a week ago. But it's simmering down now. It's settling down astrologically. We're coming out of Venus retrograde. So this is a time frame where communication will open up again, where things will feel a little bit more balanced for you, especially on the emotional front. So there is some relief coming in for the collective, as well as you, Gemini. So let's see, we have the card of maturity. What else for my Geminis? The card of breakthrough. Too many. And past lives. So the past is showing up here. There may be some breakthrough during this time frame about your past, okay? Whether that's coming to like a higher understanding or gaining clarity or new information maybe on something from the past. But there's also the card of maturity. So it's like whatever's coming up, it's growing you as a person. I feel like you've matured through, your life process, obviously, but definitely when it comes to your emotions and how you handle your emotions, being more logical in your thinking as well. So let's get into it and see. I also want to note that I did get the breakthrough card in the Aries reading. If you have Aries in your chart, check out that reading. I posted it just a day or so ago. So let's see what we have coming in for my Gemini. What do we have coming through for Gemini? You have the card of the Magician, the Emperor, the Three of Wands, Knight of Swords, and the King of Cups. So I feel like Gemini, whatever here is on the horizon, again, it's empowering energy that's coming through. It's like your ship's coming in. It's like things falling into place for you. And I feel this on an emotional level, actually, but also on a spiritual level. So you may be bringing into manifestation as well resolutions during this time frame, communication, okay? And again, as I was saying earlier, there's an opportunity to be more vulnerable with your emotions, to communicate something that may be on your heart or in your mind, okay? Or somebody may be coming forward to you during this time frame wanting to communicate their feelings, especially if you're dealing with a masculine, but could be either or because it's a general reading. But it's just like feeling more in control of what you have going on. And if you've been in this indecisive period, going into this more decisive energy, especially when it comes to how you feel, right? Some of you may have been on the fence or teetering in that arena, but I feel you getting more certain. I feel you getting more confident in that and things moving forward. So let's see what else. Six of Wands, Four of Wands. Ah! more card than I bargained for. Let's see what's over here. So, as we look a little bit deeper here, Gemini, at the forefront, I feel like relationships in particular are being highlighted. Not just intimate relationships, but family, friends, the people that are closest to you. Like I said, there's peace or balance coming to that arena of your life, okay? There's a sense of like overcoming something as well, especially overcoming rejection or defeat. If that's been something that has hurt you or has been lingering in your energy, I feel you kind of getting on the brighter side of things. And then it becomes about choices. Where do you want to go in the future? What do you want to put your time and energy into? Because whatever you give your focus to is going to grow significantly during this time frame as well. So it's like choose wisely, Gemini, as to who and what you're giving your focus to. Some of you needed to kind of cut ties with something from your past in order to be able to move forward. But I feel that forward momentum coming through here. Sometimes this card also talks about travel, movement. That may be something that you have on the horizon for Libra and Scorpio season. So let's see what else. What else for Gemini? Page of Pentacles. So it's also about listening to your intuition, and it's like out of something painful is coming some sort of new opportunity, right? To begin fresh is what I'm feeling here. And it's like being able to see the silver lining in a situation is what's really going to push you to the next level. Again, that's that breakthrough energy of finally breaking through maybe even past traumas, you know, and I'm talking like childhood, maybe even prior lifetimes, you know. I don't know how many of you are, you know, into past life readings, but I personally don't do them, but I do find them fascinating, as a lot of times we carry our vibration through many lifetimes, okay? And at this point, you probably know your patterns, Gemini, or if not, you're becoming aware of them. Like, think about the different patterns in your life, right? We all, if you reached 35, then you're probably lived enough life to where you're able to distinguish what behavioral patterns you have, but also what cyclic patterns are going on in your life, whether it be something repeating over and over again within a family cycle or within a relationship or within your job. It's like the patterning is showing up, right? And you cannot break a cycle unless you recognize it as a cycle, right? So it's like also recognizing your own cyclic behaviors and what doesn't serve you and what do you want to move out of, okay? What do you want to put an end to? And the only way to put an end to a cyclic pattern is to first recognize the pattern, but then second, to go into the thought process, because we manifest our lives through our thoughts. So what cyclic thinking do you have going on, Gemini, that's contributing to that pattern? And then being able to break the cyclic thinking is how you begin to break patterns, behaviors, addictions, things that don't serve you anymore. It's a thinking pattern that you're trying to get to the root of, right? So if you've been struggling, right, in an area of your life or struggling to let go of something, then what needs to change is the way that you think about it. Easier said than done, right? But there's something here at the core of what you have going on that has to deal with the thinking patterns and how to move out of that thinking pattern. And the way that it's showing up is having this change in perspective where you don't see yourself as powerless, you see yourself as powerful. Where you don't see yourself as the victim, you see yourself as the victor, right? Like rejection is God's protection, right? It's a protection from the universe against something that was not on your path. So if someone rejects you, okay, or a job rejects you, or the family rejects you, whatever, sometimes that is a blessing. In fact, often it is, because it's pointing you in a different direction towards those places, people, right, that are more accepting of you. But you got to point yourself in that direction by saying, bless this rejection, bless this, because it's protecting me from going down a pathway that does not serve me, that is not in my highest good. And let me now look towards the positive end of this and find the silver lining in this. And that is how you break a cyclic pattern. It's by finding the good in any situation and then giving your focus towards the good. And it's like there's this breakthrough coming through in regards to that Gemini during this time frame, and it's big, and yet you're the only one who's going to be aware of it because it's all internal. So let's see what the guidance is, and then we're going to go into the you versus them portion of the reading. It's the guidance. Oh my goodness gracious, no, we just want one, not 7. The law of attraction is managing my expansion. The law of attraction is the universal manager of all vibration, which expands to everything that exists through the universe. And so at the same time that the law of attraction is responding to the vibrational content of your physical thoughts, it is also responding to the content of your inner being. So this is a reminder to you that there is no regression in life. It may feel that way, but it's all expansion and growth, expansion and growth. And so to see yourself as a forever expanding, future forward thinker is what is going to alleviate the baggage and the stress that you're carrying with you from your past. So, wow, interesting beginning to the reading. And now we're going to go to the you versus them love portion of the reading. I'll see you in just a second. And welcome back. So Gemini, we're going to go into the you versus them portion of the reading. I'm going to go back and forth between you and the person you may be connecting with. Keep in mind it is a general reading, so the roles may be reversed. Feel free to flip it if you need to. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Most of the time this is going to resonate with an intimate partner or an ex, but don't stay open-minded, I should say, because sometimes it could be about a family member, a friend, a coworker, you name it. It's usually whoever's most predominant in your energy right now. So let's see what we have coming through here. For you, Gemini, you have the card of complexity. This is talking about missing puzzle pieces, complications, contradictions. This is kind of that irritating energy I felt around the full moon over the weekend. But at the same time, this is a very like educational type of experience, type of energy, very transformative energy. So let's see what else we have coming through for you, Gemini. Your crowning energy is the 4 of Pentacles. Person you're connecting to is the 9 of Wands. So you're in this energy beginning the reading, you know, showing up pretty stable, which is what I felt in the spiritual reading. Feeling more in control, okay? Or that's going to be the energy over these next 30 to 60 days. Now, I feel like the person you're connecting to is in this very determined, kind of push my way through type of vibe here. Okay, so they may have things that they're wanting to achieve during this time frame. It tends to be a very action-oriented energy. So let's see what's led up to the now moment, how you see each other, how you feel underneath it all, and the big picture. So recent past for my Geminis. Recent past. You have the Sun card, the Three of Wands, the Knight of Wands, and the Eight of Pentacles. So I feel like for a lot of you, it's like this positive outlook, you know, that's being encouraged, or maybe that you've been having. It's like taking action on your goals, working on yourself, doing things that satisfy you. It's not really about another person so much as it is about finding your own happiness and finding your own space, okay? To be yourself is what I'm hearing. To be with yourself for some of you. But at the same time, there's a heavy focus on goals, objectives, things that you need to get done, but also things that you want to get done. So I feel that's been what's taking up the majority of your focus. So let's see what this person's recent past is. This person's recent past, the Page of Pentacles, the Devil, the Star card, and the Wheel. So Gemini, I feel like whoever you've been connecting with, this person has been like hyper focused, almost obsessing, you know, over making their dreams come true, over being a success, over, you know, overcoming things, overcoming their own shadows, overcoming their own dark side. I feel like this person has been doing a lot of internal work or a lot of internal healing, to kind of bring about what they're wanting for themselves, okay? This card talks about good luck and being favored. So it may be that this person had a turnaround in their luck, okay? Especially if they have been in a not so good place in the past. I feel things turning around for them, okay? And it's a lot to deal with them healing some of their more shadowy parts of themselves. So let's look at the now energy and how you're perceiving each other. How does Gemini see this person? I keep wanting to sing this song. It's an old song. I think it's Roxette, but I'm not sure. She says, "Hello, you fool, I love you. Going to enjoy our ride. Hello, you fool, I love you." Okay. Two of Swords, Ace of Swords, take it or leave it. Wow, that card shot out. The Devil, Page of Wands, and the King of Pentacles. I'm going to keep this at the bottom of the deck. So there's like this indecisive energy showing up when it comes to this person. It's like you see the truth of them, but at the same time, there's unknowns here, okay? I feel there's passion or something inspiring about the connection, but there's kind of this shadowy dark side showing up as well. So it's a bit of a contrast, right? It's a bit of like not really sure what to think, but at the same time, like knowing enough to know better. Okay, that's interesting. Some of you may have an obsession with this person, okay, an addiction to the person, or vice versa. There might be they might have that for you, but I feel it coming from your energy. Take it as it resonates. So there seems to be an obsessive fixation around the connection, okay? Whether it's coming from you, them, others, I don't know. Take it as it resonates. But it's like there's something about this person that like sparks your interest. And I think it's because there is unknowns, because you can't fully figure them out. You know what I mean? And like us air signs, right? I'm a triple air sign, sun, moon, rising. We love a good mystery, right? Like we love a good puzzle. We love to solve the missing puzzle piece. And that was the overall energy. Some of you like the complex nature of the connection or this person. So let's see how they're perceiving you. Four of Cups, the Moon, the Lovers, and the Ten of Swords. So it's interesting, Gemini, because I feel like this person they're either ignoring their emotions or they're putting it on the back burner when it comes to the connection. There may have been an ending or closure here needed, and or it's just like a new chapter in the connection. So depending on where you're at on the timeline, take it as it resonates. I feel like this person cares for the connection and there's deep feelings here, but there's also a sense of aloofness or detachment or disinterest, okay? And I can't tell if that's coming from your end or their end, but I feel like this person has other things going on here that they need to clear out of their energy at the moment. So that could be why there's this level of detached, like aloof energy, okay? And some of you may be giving that off. You may be like highly interested, but acting like you don't care, which is also kind of an air sign quality, you know, just saying, or maybe they are. Take it as it resonates. Let's go into the emotions and see what else we have in the emotional space. In the heart space, what is going on with Gemini? The High Priestess, the Ace of Cups, whoa, way too many. The Tower, how'd I know that would come in here? Oh my goodness. This is a weird message, but and take it only if it resonates. I heard ward off evil. That's the first thing that came to my mind or that I heard when I saw these cards. So I don't know if some of you need like, or you do protection energy. If I have some people viewing who are into that, whatever, to each their own, but I definitely heard that, okay? So anyways, intuitively speaking, you feel very connected to the person. I feel like there's love here, but there's also this chaotic, disruptive energy and like things feeling stressful around the connection. That it's like trying to ward off being hurt almost, Gemini, which is kind of like a trauma response. So it's interesting because I was just talking to someone yesterday about trauma responses and how tricky it can be to identify them. But essentially, it's like when you take the past and you bring it into your now, and instead of it making you more wise and more loving, you let it make you more skeptical and more guarded. That's a trauma response. It's the expectation that because something went bad back then, that it's going to continue to be bad into your future. And so you unintentionally look for the bad in everything because you think that you're protecting yourself from it, but actually you get what you focus on, so you're calling more of it into you. And you have to break the cycle. Ooh, and this is what your spiritual reading was talking about. Some of you, the patterning that you were trying to break is trauma response. So go back to the spiritual reading because that talks about how to break thought patterns. But it's a sense of like, don't judge your current by what occurred in the past. Don't carry that negative expectation with you into your future. Otherwise, you're going to keep creating those negative experiences because law of attraction can only give you what you believe in and what you expect. So if you expect to be hurt again, if you're looking for the worst in others, if you are having trouble putting that guard down, then that's the part of you that you need to work on, right? That's the part of you that needs soothed, okay? To try and go back to that space of innocence, to go back to that space of love, of positive expectation, so that you can get positive and different results in your future. So there's a process to this, and for some reason this connection is bringing that out, or bringing that to the forefront, right, to be looked at. And that often happens when there's love involved, right? So it's like there's love and then there's chaos here at the same time. It's like, I love, but it's complicated. But what's complicated is the thought processes that are coming with the connection, you know? So it's like, yeah, let's see what this person has going on in the heart space. The Hermit, Knight of Swords, the Tower. You both have the Tower in the same spot. Whoa, 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 whoa. That's the Hierophant, but let's see what else pops out. I don't know how other tarot readers get their cards to like nicely flip out in front of them. I'm jealous. Mine are always like all over the place, you know. And like sometimes people comment, sorry, this is a side note, and they're so negative about it. Like, can't you control your cards? Like, listen, I don't know what's happening over here, or with the energy, or with my cards. That's how my cards flip. They've always been like that since I've started reading cards. But it works for me, so I don't know. You know, whatever. Anyways, ADD, back to you. Okay, so in their heart space, there's definitely an avoidance here, okay? This person is self-reflected quite a bit, and what they're self-reflecting on is what kind of change they want to go towards. And what they're wanting to change is like interpersonal relationships. They're wanting more stability there, more companionship, more friendship as well. So I feel like there's a rapid amount of change within this person, and that's what they've been headed towards. That's what they've been focused on. And it's bringing them pleasure, okay, but at the same time, a little bit of pain, because there is because some change is always a bit painful, right? But there's this determination showing up in this person to achieve, you know, something that they really wished for, that they really desired for. Okay, so let's go into the most likely outcome for this time period for my Geminis. Two of Pentacles, Seven of Wands. The Magician. Dang that, Three of Swords. What's that about? Ten of Cups. Why the Ten of Cups? Oh, wow. Oh my gosh. Sorry. So extra. Anyways. I'm basic. Anyways. That's the same card that your spiritual reading had, and I believe landed on at the end. That's why I was like, wow, what's the odds? Anyways, so Gemini, this is the polarity that happens with Gemini energy, where it's kind of like, y'all kind of remind me of Libra energy in a way, because see, Libra is always like of two minds about things, always trying to see things from 2 points of view, right? And Gemini, you have the twin energy, which also is like a bit like that, where you're a chameleon. You can see things from all points of views. You can mold yourself to any environment, right? And it's like it's a positive trait, but in some ways it can become your worst enemy, because it can also put you in this space where you're indecisive, or you're going back and forth and you're not really committing to anything. And it's like, what do you want, you know, and needing to make your mind up about what is it that you want. Do you want stability, or do you want, you know, mystery? Because I feel like I just heard both. Some of you want both. Well, universe isn't saying you have to decide between the two, but it's like, kind of, you know, it's like, first of all, you're never going to know everything. You're never going to know all the unknowns, because you're not meant to know it all, right? It's about listening to your heart, though, and listening to your intuition. Some of you, it's like, could go one of two ways. You could manifest your own heartache, or you can manifest your own stability and emotional fulfillment. And the choice is really up to you. And I know that's unpopular, because people want to come to a tarot reading so that I can tell them 100% everything's going to be all right. Well, in the big picture, it will always be all right. But you know what I mean? Or like 100% this is going to be the outcome. But that just isn't the way this life works. You're carving your future out right now with the thoughts that you're thinking. And the path is unfolding as you're living life. Okay, so it could always go a multitude of ways. It depends on where you're at vibrationally, what have you been giving focus to, and what your baseline mood or expectation is, right? So it's about looking at all of those variables. And for some of you, it's going to go one of two ways. It's like, if you stay guarded, okay, or in this defense mode, or this waiting mode, you manifest more of the Three of Swords, which is disappointment, is what I feel, or stagnation, okay? Vice versa, if you give yourself an opportunity to focus on what is going well for you, and the things that make you happy, and what you naturally love about yourself and your life, then you create more stability and another opportunity here, right? To plant your seed, to do something new. So it could go one of two ways, and you're the decider of that. And that's always the case. That's always the case. Nothing is set in stone and decided for you. You have free will. You are the decider. And how do you know which way it's going? How do you feel? How do you predominantly feel most of the time? Trepidatious, fearful, anxious, worried? You're probably going towards the outcome that may not be that exciting to you. On the other hand, if you're predominantly feeling hopeful, love, joy, energy, excitement, you're probably headed towards something very fulfilling. You decide. Let's see what this person's most likely outcome is. It's got the phrase, the proof is in the pudding. The proof is in the process. Try it. So say you've been feeling on the more negative end, you know, and you feel like you're in a rut. That doesn't mean that you're destined to have a bad outcome, by the way. That just means that you need to pivot your energy. So if you recognize, like, hey, actually, I've not been feeling that good, think about, okay, what thoughts have I been thinking that have been contributing to that? And then change your thoughts, change your focus, look at something else, decide to break the pattern by breaking the thought pattern. Six of Wands, Judgment. Where's this person headed? Eight of Pentacles. King of Swords. So this person is looking towards success. They're looking towards releasing themselves from, you know, anything that's holding them back. They are looking towards working on themselves, or maybe the connection. They want to feel proud of themselves. Okay? And I feel they're determined to kind of work through something in order to achieve that, right? And here you are, Gemini, with a choice to make, okay? Think more about what hurt you, or start thinking about what instead would feel better to you. Start that repairing, healing process here. Because I feel like the outcome, if you do that, is actually very favorable. Things coming together, a sense of belonging, a sense of fulfillment, okay? Feeling more on top of things, feeling more in tune, as opposed to this disabling, like, complex energy. So that's all it boils down to, Gemini. Let's see what the guidance is. It says, I can always enter my vibrational vortex of creation. The key to getting inside your vortex of creation, of experiencing the absolute absence of resistance, of achieving complete alignment with all that you've become and all that you desire, and of bringing to your physical experience everything that you desire, is being in a state of appreciation. And there is no more important object of attention to which you must flow your appreciation than of yourself. So that's a lot of words to say, Gemini, that the key to getting what you want, the outcome you want in this situation, is to flow appreciation. And it ain't even about flowing appreciation to anyone else. It's about flowing appreciation to yourself. So appreciate and love yourself during this time frame, Gemini. I'm wishing you guys all the very best. Zodiac signs you may be connecting with or have in your own chart. I've got Scorpio energy, Capricorn, Aquarius, Scorpio again, Virgo, Gemini, Pisces, Libra, Capricorn, Aries, and Leo energy. But take what resonates, leave what doesn't. It is a general reading. Keep that in mind. If it did resonate, please let me know. Comment, like, share. Talk about me in your groups and your tarot groups. I'm hoping to continue to grow my page and get my content out there. I don't know if I got shadow banned or what, but it just doesn't seem to be pushing my videos out anymore. But you can help by subscribing if you're not currently subscribed, and that way you don't miss out on any future content by clicking the subscribe button. And you can also check me out on Facebook and Instagram for more fun stuff. Tarot Time with Dana is the name of all my social media accounts. Also, they're linked in the description box as well as the About section. Otherwise, I'm wishing you the very best, Gemini. And until next time, my friends, namaste. Bye.